reported to the police. It's been taken to police custody, and there are investigations ongoing in that. If we hadn't mounted vigilance at the polling stations, 1 million ballot papers would have gone into the box. The NDC would have lost, and Ghanaians will come say, no, I voted for you. I voted for you. 1.6 million Ghanaians will say, I voted for you. I voted for you. Yet we are in opposition. And so all these years, we've had a system in place that continuously rigged election in favor of our opponents. I'm saying, and I'll repeat on this platform, anytime we have a free and fair election, the NDC will win. If one mark my words here,
you're taking 2,000 out. You're taking 2,000.
I am saying,
I don't know what you would say about.
I just explained that to you.
What is interesting is that all the way up to about 2008 and beyond,
yes,
you had a certain Dr. Afarijan,
that's right,
who had given elections.
That's right.
When I say give, not
that's
that he decided.
That's right.
Ghanaians voted for the NDC 92, 96. He declared that you had won. 2000, you lost. He declared you had lost. 2004, you lost. 2008, you came back.
Today,
and then through elections, I have seen, Malik, let's have a conversation.
Yes.
I have seen, I've forgotten, I don't know whether it was Dr. Nyahunya Otamakwa. I have to check respectfully so that I don't make a mistake. But someone suggests that even like 2016 and 2020 were manipulated. They were manipulated.
Yes, we suggested that as a party.
By the MPP. But you see, it becomes difficult because Dr. Afarijan, you know how we all celebrate him. He gave you elections.
Yes.
You also lost elections. And you're saying that these elections were manipulated and the EC also was compromised?
My brother, the cripple says that what has passed is what it will not see. But what is coming, inshallah, we'll all see. Today is the 16th of December. From today, anytime there's a free and fair election, we are going to win the election. Count that out, straight up.
Anytime there's a free and fair election.
Yes, no need to debate this. I'm saying that today is the 16th of December, mark my words. From today, anytime there's a free and fair election, we are going to win the election, NDC. Mark my words. Let's move on.
Okay. Now, I find a few things interesting. On the back of the election, though, you say you knew that it was going to be the win by a wide margin.
A wider margin.
But could even you have forecast that the margin would be this big, this wide?
Yes.
I spoke to one professor from UPSC, and I told him here that I feel whichever party wins will win with a big margin. He was telling me it's going to be a small margin. I said no, it would be a big margin.
Absolutely.
But members of your party, even they have said that while they felt there would be a margin, they least suspected it would be, and it's still increasing, over 1.67 million votes, because when you add the other constituencies, eventually the percentages would even change, and the former president, now president-elect, would get more than 56.55%. But did you see it to be this big? Look at the Ashanti region, for example. Almost 700,000 votes. Did you see that coming?
I personally thought 205 constituencies. I had every reason to see that we were going to win with a big margin, because I saw the pain down the throats of the grassroots there. We visited Adansi Akro from where we won. I knew we were going to win that constituency after visiting it. Almost all constituencies. Nantong was in the hands of MPP. We visited Nantong and we saw we were going to win the election in Nantong. We visited Binduri. We saw we were going to win the election in Binduri. A lot of constituencies we are taking back. Ahanta West, we visited Ahanta West. We saw we were going to win Ahanta West back. I personally ended my campaign in Kwesi Mintim. On that day, I knew we were going to win Kwesi Mintim. We visited Dome Kwabenya. We knew we were going to win Dome Kwabenya. Put all these visitations aside. These are real life situations. Come to the radar. Go on research. Musa Dankwa is one highly esteemed person in this country. The first day Musa Dankwa, and let me confess on this platform, told me we were going to win Dome Kwabenya. I looked at him and I smiled. And I said, sir, that's going to be a tough one. But after I visited Dome Kwabenya, and met Elek Plema, our candidate, and we met all the grassroots of Dome Kwabenya. I left there thinking fully in my mind that the NDC was going to win Dome Kwabenya. And so, if you had taught this country, if you had met poverty face to face, I met poverty face to face. Today, I can tell what poverty is face to face because I saw it with my eyes. I saw people who could not even eat. I mean, in a whole day, in 2 days, people were struggling to get food to eat. Saw people who, had 50 Ghana cedis and they couldn't buy anything for them. We visited Abuso Kai, we visited the Swami magazine, and we saw people who, could not even clear one container at the port. If you had seen all these things, obviously you would have known you're going to win the election. And you would have known that the government in office was going to lose the election. Dr. Baumia will visit these places and shout, "Move fast here, no mame." Then they bring him my home use Opel Vectra here. Then he'll be turning. Then the child will shout, "Boabe, boabe." Then pe. You would not face reality if you go about turning a home use Opel Vectra here. If you want to face reality, go to the people, listen to them, let them speak, listen and write it down. When we're drafting our manifesto, one of the things the nation builder, President Mahama, said was that he was not going to sit in Accra and conclude the manifesto. He was going to come to you journalists. He was going to go to the watcher seller. He was going to go to the cocoa seller. And all those people were going to bring their inputs on board for us to finalize our manifesto. And that was why President Mahama had an engagement with you media men. You remember, he listened to you. He made you ask your questions. Everybody, almost everybody, was satisfied with the answers to your questions on that very day. That was a government that was ready to listen to the people. But if you come, meet journalists, and you say, DJ, play Sisifia, and you are expecting dance moves in this country, how are you going to win an election? People are not voting for the Asa candidates, excuse me to say. People are voting for somebody who's going to...
I think you should be a bit more respectful. Hold for me, Malik.
Not to come and dance.
Malik, hold on.
Yes.
All contenders from time to time will dance a bit, show some moves, but let's be a bit more respectful.
Not at this...
Let's be a bit more respectful to the candidate.
I haven't insulted anyone. No. You see, let me come. With the greatest of
when you say, oh, you know, to come and dance.
I said he came and danced. Did he or did he not? Is that a fact or not? He came and said, "Mon fasti anamame." Is that a fact or not? He said, "Odome de ka nebema." Is that a fact or not?
He said that.
That was Baumia's favorite song. Odome de ka nebema. Yeah, Odome de ka nebema.
So Nana Komia makes mention of the fact that per their internal research, all the way from February of this year, they knew that President Mahama was likely, in fact, would win the elections. Yes. But certain things happened. Of course, they also, as a party, they put in place mechanisms to counter that. Yeah,
they brought PR reports.
And you can give them credit for doing that. But let me ask you, in terms of the elections, you mentioned Dominic Kwabena, that Eliklima Kurugu had won and all of that. But that is being contested. In fact, there are 4 constituencies where, yes, including there's the Okankwe area. Yes, Dominic Kwabena is being contested. If you check, you will find out. It's one of the 4. And then there are those other areas which were being collated, including in Sawam Edwajiri, Frankanodompre, which were being collated at the Tesano Police Training School. There has been some cessation there. I don't know what your reaction is, because when it comes to the CI, governing the work of the Electoral Commission, it is clear about what should happen when an election takes place and there's a contest.
Absolutely.
The person goes to the High Court.
I was just going to read that.
But barring CI 41, the Electoral Commission, in defense of its action to recollate, has said that the circumstances are different. They are not the same as in previous instances. Here, in some instances, people were literally under duress to declare, electoral officials or election officials, to declare results in certain places, and that some of those circumstances nullify the results, which justify recollation. Your take?
Who ascertains or who finally agrees that, who determines whether someone was under duress or not? Who determines that? The court. So if you give your side of the story that I was under duress, we don't just agree.